5 o'clock. At least 3 people are hurt after a building collapses partially in the heart of downtown Cincinnati.
We are taking a live look at this from Chopper 9. This is the building at 4th and Race Street. The collapse occurred around 1:15 this afternoon while concrete was being poured.
Now, tonight we do have team coverage for you. Dan Carroll is live up in Chopper 9 above the scene. Marielle Carbone and Jake Ryle are on the ground right now.
We want to begin with Marielle, and you've been there several hours now, Marielle. What's the scene like?
Well, there is still a lot going on down here. I'm going to step over so that we can zoom in a little bit. You can see that there are a lot of crews still working down in the area where the collapse happened, and actually search and rescue are on the scene, still going through and working to clear the building and find anybody else that may still be inside at this time. Now, CFD says that the collapse, it happened up on the 6th floor where they were pouring concrete, and the collapse, it came down onto the 5th floor where the contractors were working. Now, the concrete, it was still fresh, so it was still wet and pretty heavy, about 3 feet in depth, so that's what came crashing down. Now, as I mentioned, they are still going through to clear this building and find anybody else that may be inside with search and rescue, but we do know that there have been 3 people transported to the hospital already, 2 with serious injuries, 1 with a minor injury. Now, we spoke to one woman out here earlier today. She was just by about a block away when the collapse happened. She describes hearing it, and the first thing she thought of is if anyone was hurt.
Sounded like I didn't really feel anything, and I guess I was in shock too, but it sounded like a big bomb. Like, it was really loud.
It was like boom, like that, a real loud boom like that. And when I arrived, I asked people if there was anybody injured, and I was going to try to help in any way.
Now, I also spoke to several people that live and work in this area, so they've been watching this building go up as construction crews have been working on it, and they say that in talking to the crews out here day in and day out, that it seems that safety always seemed to be the #1 priority. So a lot of people just really surprised to even see this happen in the first place, but a lot of people also just commenting that they're happy that more people weren't injured that were maybe driving by or walking by at the time of this collapse. For now, reporting live here in downtown, Marielle Carbone, 9 on your side.
All right, thank you, Marielle. We are going to send things up to Dan Carroll now. He's in Chopper 9 and has been above this scene for most of the afternoon. Dan, what can you see from your viewpoint?
Well, Craig, I think we are witnessing now the next phase of this rescue and recovery effort, urban search and rescue. These are trained individuals with special training and special equipment are going to be taking over the scene now. The first responders, the firefighters, and the employees who were working so feverishly in the hours, the preceding hours up until now, have left the scene and are making their way out of the building now. A little while ago, we saw members of Urban Search and Rescue climbing the stairs up to the upper floors here where the collapse happened, and they were bringing up their special equipment and everything else they're going to need to go ahead and proceed with what is most likely now going to be a recovery effort. And they're standing on top of a hardened mound of concrete, despite the best efforts of those who were here to dig through that concrete right after the collapse happened. That concrete just got harder and harder and harder, and we saw them chipping away with buckets and shovels and pickaxes to do what they could to dig down there to maybe perhaps rescue someone who may be trapped in there, but it looks like those efforts may have been in vain. But now the Urban Search and Rescue is on the scene, and they are getting prepared to carry out the next phase of this operation here in downtown Cincinnati. So that is what is happening here from our vantage point in Chopper 9. We'll go ahead and send it back to you.
All right, Dan Carroll reporting there in Chopper 9 tonight. Thank you, Dan.